Thanks for stopping back by Wild Bird Creative. I have a 9x12 sheet here, and this is going to be a project that you start with this size and we work our way down. So what I've got is just some really watered down ink and paint, and I'm just going to use the end of the paintbrush, and I'm going to come in and break up the background. And I'm just letting my wrist do what it wants to do. There's no right or wrong to this. This is all just fun with ink and lines. And some of them I'm having go off the edge. You can see it's just ending up as scribbles. And I used the one brush had a thicker detail that it made, and the other one had a thinner. Now this is just a calligraphy pen, and it will make very, very thin lines. You can see it's just breaking up the background. I don't know if you ever played outdoors with chalk where you just scribbled things and just had fun, or made a squiggly line and then tried to make it into something, but this is similar to that. And I'm just coming right in over things. It will all work in the end. I don't have too many that are circles, so let me just add a few more rounded shapes in here. And I'm using the thicker paintbrush end for this. And let me come and go off the edges a little bit more too. I don't want to use up all the negative space, but I want to have as much interest as possible. Just wipe the edge of that off. Roll the edge of that. It's just making a real tiny bit of detail down there. And this just has some that's caught. There might even still be some ink in this one from years ago that is now happy to be out and getting used. It's just a nice activity to do. It's very loose. Some down here in this corner. There we go. I have to let this dry before we can make our next decision. So let me just go quickly, give it a little blast with my dryer. Here we are, all nice and dry. And now I get to decide how I want to divvy this sheet up. And to help me do that and to help show it to you, I've just got some various size mats that I can move around and see what I like. And this is a 4x6. This one's a 4x4. Each one is going to offer just a different way of seeing things. And you may end up liking the middle part. You know, you may say, wow, that's really what I want. but the rest doesn't become waste. You'll end up using this in ways that you probably won't expect. And you can always turn it. So if you see something you like, you might want to use it at an angle. Like, I really like the way that looks. So what I'm going to do is just mark in here just so that I can see where it is that I like the spots. I've also got an even larger one. This must be a 5 by 5. And then I've got a 5 by 7 too. I think I'm going to start with those 2 spots that I marked off. This one I can worry about later because I need to do this one first in order to be sure that they're not overlapping. So let me get these cut and then we will start doing the collage. Okay, I've got my backgrounds cut, the 4 by 6 and the 4 by 4, and I've got my chosen scraps. And let's just make a quick collage. It's a little piece of a security envelope, and it has a really nice bold design to it. This is one of those translucent prescription bags that I just put an old parallel line stamp on. I don't even know why anybody would ever have even had a stamp that did that. The spaces are too small to write between, but somehow it ended up in my childhood home, and I have kept it all these years. This is just a piece of pattern paper that has black paint on it. A little bit of a book with some gorgeous text in German. A piece of sheet music. It's kind of nice with the lined paper behind it. And then this great Australian stamp. This is my pop of color. And now I just have to decide how I want it. I think I will put it horizontal just for some interest. And there's one collage done. I can add more to it if I want. But first, let's do the second one. Same type of little bag here. These pieces will have some similarities, but they will not be a pair. And mainly the similarities are because I'm using up scraps that are lying around on my work table. So, a piece of calculus text. Nice piece that has some, Tim Holtz oxide sprays on it, on tissue paper. I bought the whole pack of tissue paper from Dick Blick. I sometimes use gift paper too. Or not gift paper, sorry, gift tissue too. But unless I get right to that, it tends to have creases in it that they've been there a long time because, of course, they've been folded and shipped. And they can be kind of a pain to deal with. I've got another piece of just the black pattern paper. A little scrap of music with some color on it. And all I'm doing is just building it up. I did lay it out beforehand and tried different things and got rid of different things. So you are definitely getting the final version without all the fussing. I don't know if I want that up that high. Let me bring this down a little bit. There we go. Let's tuck it just barely proud of the piece of tissue. Then another great Australian stamp. I think I'm going to put it crossed here. So there we are. There are the two pieces. Put my top on my glue stick before I forget. And I can leave it like this. I can also come in with a pencil that has some of the colors, and I can just highlight things just to bring in just some more interest. Doesn't have to be fancy. I'm just freehanding it. There, that just brings a little bit of the green in. This one, let's bring in a little bit of the orange. And I think what I'll do is put lines right in here. Just to tie that color in. And then bring one up and around this. Nothing fancy, just an accent. You can do whatever you want. You can make it as fancy or as simple as you want it to be. But there we go. We've got two pieces. I got to scribble. I got to use up some supplies. Collages are a lot of fun because they don't have to look like anything. They just exist in an interesting way, giving you the chance to just enjoy making marks and putting down scraps of paper. You can choose a color palette and work within that. You can go crazy and use every color you have available and have it be more like a crazy quilt. There's no rule. It's just fun. Grant yourself some time to have fun. You need it. We all need it. We need a bit of levity and enjoyment outside of everything else that we do. Be kind to yourself this week. Make some time to create. Rest when you need to. Move, definitely, every day. Get out on a walk. If you're in the Northern Hemisphere, spring is here. Enjoy it, even if you have to hold an umbrella. Get out, enjoy yourself, get creative. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for stopping by. Wild Bird Creative.